What is up, everybody? We are back. MuseMe TV. Oh, episode 156.
What?
I know.
That's like almost 157.
So much episodes, dude.
Almost episode 11 until we get there.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
I wrote this song, actually.
Yeah. He wrote this song, everybody.
But everybody knows that.
Let's give it up for Jeromy, everybody. He wrote this. Something's giving off that buzzing noise. Can you hear it? I think it's the guitar.
Yeah, it was.
All right. We'll have to readjust sound check a little bit, I guess.
Tomorrow.
You're so disorganized when it comes to this stuff, doesn't it, Jeromy?
No, I'm not.
Welcome to the podcast. Jeromy back in the studio.
For the third time.
This is Jeremy's third appearance.
Trilogy.
They like to say this is the third coming of Jeromy. The coming of Jeromy.
Coming 3 times in a row.
Yeah, this is a...
Oh, that sounded pretty fucked up.
You have the same kind of concept name as the porno star, Ron Jeremy.
He's one of my heroes.
I was looking up your name, though. You spell it different, right?
My parents spelt it differently. It's fucked up. Like, it's like... My birth certificate has it spelt the same way, but my parents were just like, let's be unique. And
R-O-M-Y, right?
R-O-M-Y, not E-M-Y. So then I just started spelling it like that, and...
That's where we are today.
Yeah, that's where you showed up.
Does that say that on your ID?
No.
It says Jeromy?
Jeromy, like the way it should be spelled. But I'm like, it's just too late, you know? Like,
it's a good, like, alias type thing, you know? Nobody needs to know who you are, but they can just be like, oh, well, let's look him up through Jeromy.
But I've had people call me Jeromy, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I shouldn't, like, give them shit, because they're reading it as is, so it's...
That's kind of what I was doing, too, is, like, I'm calling you Jeromy, but then I look at your Instagram, it's like Jeromy.
Duh, Jeromy. Duh.
It is what it is. Yeah. Anyways, you weren't here last time, huh?
I was here in January.
Yeah, but that was towards the great, late, amazing, godlike figure that passed away, right?
Van Halen?
Yeah.
He died in September, I believe. We can correct me. Comments, go ahead and be like, you fucking piece of shit, wrong. But yeah, it was awful. This has been a really terrible year. You know who else died? I just found out like 2 hours ago.
The guy from Friday, right?
Yep, Tiny, yeah. And you know, and I was like, fuck, you know, shit. And
but isn't that inevitable of time? Like people especially people that we know now.
According to life, people die, but it's still sucky. That's never good. But.
Especially with everybody like we know a lot of the people that are dying now, so it's a little bit more traumatic. But
yeah, in January, Neil Peart died, and I was fucking, you know, I'm dabbling in drums, but so it was just like, you know, do you remember the first time you saw like Neil Peart, you know,
doing some drum shit?
Rush, like, it was cool because like the videos. You see his drum set, and it's big. It's a masterpiece. It's not just because it's big. He's playing everywhere, you know. He's just insane, and so yeah, that was So when I heard he died, it was pretty fucked up.
That's always the cool part too about like I guess more expansive drummers that have more of a unique style in trying to do things like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. There are drummers that just feel like if I have a big
drum set means I'm the better. No, you gotta be utilizing them, and I'm not nearly on that level yet.
You're practicing though? I
am practicing.
Because I saw that you have an electric drum set, right?
I do.
And I do. How do you like that?
Well, it's fun. It's definitely fun. I mean, that's a start, but I'm still just kind of like bass snare, simple
practice regimens
I can do that,
going
and maybe
on.
a couple little like, you know, but.
Do you have a single bass pedal on it?
It's a single bass, yeah.
Yeah,
it is single. Mm-hmm. It was $250.
That's still not bad.
But it's a good practice. You know, I did try to dabble in drums when I was like in 8th grade. I was in band class, but that's a whole different ballpark. You try to like, oh fucking A, I can't read shit. I just You know, when you're like 13 or 14, you're like, I want to like play that, or I want to do this right away, but you do gotta practice.
Yeah, that's the hardest part to really.
I see your stories like every day. Like, have you practiced that meme? Which is funny. It's funny.
It makes sense too, because those guys are prodigies. So it makes it makes sense the level to get to that level. Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes
you do got to practice all the time,
and sometimes it's unfortunate because I know us, we're basically like regular people that have to go a 9-to-5 life, that have to get a job to sustain ourselves, be able to like have money. So you have to set some time aside, and you still don't have this time to practice.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when we were growing up, we kind of slacked in learning the instrument. Like, when did you start learning to play guitar?
I was 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, lucky bastard.
I feel like we talked about, well, I mean, because you're 30.
Yeah.
We're 3 years off. I'm 27 now, but like I was fortunate enough to, I feel like we talked about this on the last podcast, so comments are like, you already said this, you piece of shit. No, yeah, I was about 11 or 12, and my grandma had a guitar that was just kind of buried in our closet, and for like the first 6 months, I was just strumming it like, yeah, I wrote that, you know. You saw me fucking around just being an idiot, but I very passionate about it, and I when you're 12 and you learn how to like restring, you know, stuff, and you teach yourself that stuff, you feel accomplished, or like how to tune, and you clean it up, you take care of it. It becomes your baby a little bit, so it's very important. And of course, I mean, like, what were some of your first songs that you learned? Did you go in like, I want to be a musician, or I want to learn my favorite songs? I was kind of like, favorite songs.
Yeah, because I just learned riffs. I learned a couple riffs when I started off playing. Like, pretty much, probably one of the famous ones that everyone always learns is like "Smoke on the Water."
Yeah, mine was like Nothing Else Matters, because it's those open.
Okay.
And then, but it's funny with Smoke on the Water, people kind of play it wrong.
Yeah, because when I first played it, I played it as a power chord, and I started it on the E, like, you know, like dun dun dun
yeah,
dun dun.
But
dun.
you realize it's those middle strings.
Yeah, it's actually it's not a fifth power chord. It's actually played in a perfect fourth, and it's actually played lower. Like, yeah, and technically you should kind of finger pick it to get that really it's crazy. But
and like same with Iron Man. Like Iron Man was always played on that, like, well, kids. When I was 12, they were like, like on the open string. But it's like, you watch the video. I was kind of like, you've watched like guitar players, like, they're playing on this note. And it's like, okay, no, they're playing it up there. Like, you got to kind of study it a little bit if you're really determined.
That's one of the hardest ones I find with Buckethead. Like, his music is tabbed, and I find tabs of it. So there's this one song called "Welcome to Buckethead Land," and I kind of know how to play it, but I play it off of what the tabs show me. Mm-hmm. But I've seen Buckethead live a few times.
Oh, you've seen him? Okay.
That's cool. And when he plays that song, it's nothing like that. He does like this other technique, and that's the beauty of the guitar too, though, is because like E is all over the place. You can play the E note everywhere. Like, there's certain notes and stuff that are simultaneously sounding the same, but in two different spots.
Yeah.
Without a big difference. Like, there's sometimes where you can go really high with an E and really low with an E, but somewhere in the middle, there are some E's that match another E where it's really indistinguishable.
Oh yeah, like if you're playing like the E chord up there, the E chord, there's kind of like, it depends on where you play it. Like, if you're playing on the top string, there's like that thicker. It's a tone thing that like certain people will understand.
Yeah,
but, you know, so
just depends on how you hear it. Mm-hmm. But music is weird in general. I love music,
and music will never die, in my opinion. So,
do you think it'll be what is the word I'm looking for? Like, more censored? Like, you think more people will actually make music where it's not as vulgar and violent and disgusting and angry? And
I feel like it already has been like that.
There's no stopping it.
But then there's going to be the bands that are like, fuck that shit, you know, we're going to do what we can. You know, like those little warning, it's not the parental advisory things. You know the whole story about that, right?
Typical and shit like that.
Yeah, like
the PMRC.
And most of the bands that had to like go through that, you know, they were like, hey, your album has like cuss words and sex and all that drug shit. Like, we have to put a little warning label. And they were actually kind of excited. They're like, oh my God, yeah, fuck yeah, put that on there. You know, people are gonna buy it. Like, it's awesome. Like,
makes more sense. Like, oh, this is,
people will buy it if they're like, hey,
parents,
this has bad words in it.
Look at this, parents.
So you can't really stop it. I don't think you can. And if you could, I don't think you can, honestly. But that's me right now.
No, I get you. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. You see it now, the way culture centers people in like council culture, you know, like TV shows and people like on Twitter and shit like that. Like, do you not? What if that leaks into more of like music and stuff like that? That's what I'm kind of scared of. Is like, oh my God, I can't believe they made a song that says Nazi punk. I love it 20 million times. Like, there isn't a point of freedom of expression and freedom of speech, but is it only viable through music? Like, what happened to just being able to go out there and talk, or being able to debate people with these different ideas? And now it's a problem. Now it's actually, oh, you shouldn't be saying that stuff. I don't know. It's weird.
No, that's a good question. It's a good topic to bring up, but it's you can't be afraid. You know, like, people might hate you. You know, when you put out something that's deemed offensive and stuff, but maybe years from now they'll be like, oh yeah, this guy was, everyone hated him, you know, back then. You know, right now how do I say it? You got to just do you. It sounds so simple, but if people get offended, they're just you know. It's a sensitive topic, but it needs to be addressed. I'm glad that we're talking about it, but it's
yeah. Like I said, like if music is still this free ground of like say whatever you want, however you want, it kind of should be bleeding out to everything in politics, in life, in TV, media. Like, we should be able to watch TV shows that are fucked up, or stand-up comedy shouldn't be something that's segregated in a way too. Like, oh, you can't say that stuff and shit like that.
I don't think there should be rules on that, but that's where I go. You know, you're not, if you water it down, people are going to be like, oh, that sucked.
But you're a person that's not actually easily offended either. Like, you don't get hurt for every little thing. You're not trying to like get, like, you don't even see that. I see you're funny, offensive, like, you know, you in that sense, but you're not in a way like, oh, blah, 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 I hate this. Or,
yeah, don't say this because it might hurt my feelings, but.
Or hurt other people's feelings that I don't even hang out with, but you still care about.
I guess, I really don't know. There's always going to be someone that's offended no matter what, even if it's allowed freely. Someone's going to just be offended and rant, and you're never gonna not deal with them.
True. So. Contraband, what is up? Thank you for joining the chat. There will never be another N-word. The N-word, the F-G word, and misogyny. I don't think I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was that English?
Are you
speak human?
Are you giving me shit? I'm dyslexic, okay.
Hey, you just admitted that.
See, there will
never be another G and R.
N-word.
Guns N' Roses? N-words.
FG words.
You might have to specify that. You want to try?
He did say Guns N' Roses.
Okay, Guns N' Roses. There will never be another Guns N' Roses, N-words, FG words, and misogyny. I disagree.
Because...
there's always going to be someone who's outspoken and say what they feel like they need to say or want to say. Or
I'm sorry, we're probably just reading the chat incorrectly, but yeah. There will never be another Guns N' Roses. We'll just stick with that part of the phrase.
Yeah, the other words, I'm like, maybe you're going to stir up.
But in that kind of sense, it just says G words, N words.
If you're afraid to type them out, fair enough. But I don't know.
I'm very confused. Contraband. I do appreciate you chatting with us though, but I don't exactly understand exactly what I'm trying to read here.
Yeah, we're not gonna say them out loud if we even know what you're talking about. So.
G word, N words. I don't get it though.
N word and G word.
Yeah, because it says Guns N' Roses, and then his next message says G word, N word. I can't type them. I know you can't type them, so obviously they're the offensive words.
You can type them, and we'll be like, oh, no, we'll just look at the laptop.
I think it says something on his end, like, hey, you shouldn't be typing that kind of stuff or something in the comment section. I don't know. But I get what you're saying in the sense there will never be another Guns N' Roses. I think bands like that or music like that in general just kind of comes once in a blue moon. Like, I don't know. Have you ever heard of a band called Greta Van Fleet?
I don't think I have.
No. They literally sound like Led Zeppelin, but they're like 20-year-old guys, like 19, 20-year-old kids.
I mean, they were 20 in their prime, weren't they?
I know, but that's crazy to think about, though. In this time, like right now,
for them to be making music kind of like that.
Yeah, because that guy does sound like really like Robert Planty kind of ish. I don't want to say he sounds like him, but he's going for that vibe and shit like that. So I can see that there are bands that can try to bring back that kind of music sense. But what's another example? Like Steel Panther. You ever heard of Steel Panther?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Steel Panthers kind of did that stuff where they brought back kind of the glam scene, but in a funny kind of way. But they still brought it back where they were making music in like the really late times. There goes Coon. What's up, Coon? Thank you for joining.
Did you say Coon?
Yeah, Coon Nig. There he goes. Thank you for joining. So what he likes to do is he actually likes to spam. So if you type in any of these words like cute, funny, cool, or creative, a little thing pops up. That's what you keep hearing.
So it'll show that when
he types it. Yeah.
When I watch it, it'll still show that.
Like you'll see it in the comment section, and then you'll see it obviously pop up on the screen.
Oh,
thank you for joining, though, Coon. What is up? We're talking just random stuff and anything that's coming to stuff. Yeah, we're talking about.
I think I'm a musician. But...
I mean, you've been playing since you were 12. Why wouldn't you consider yourself a musician? Unfortunately, we slack. Whatever, that's what we do.
As long as you're admitting that you also kind of slack.
I slack a lot, dude.
I slack a lot. I mean, it is, but like, it is what it is.
It makes me sad, though.
It's nice when people compliment you and you're like, yeah, that's what I think that it. I mean, the compliments are cool, but I think that's what, how do I say it? It enables you, like, when someone says, like, you're really good, cool, and you think about that for a couple days when you should be fucking practicing.
Yeah.
It's just, but it kind of, sometimes it does get to my head.
I mean, that's the whole point of playing an instrument or actually doing something that's that, like...
Like, do you sing?
Very little. I can, kind of a little.
Okay. I mean, I try. I mean, but it's nice. It's so flattering when someone's like, you have a really nice voice. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Or if it's a girl, it's like, just because a girl says you have a nice voice doesn't mean they're going to fucking strip down, rip off your clothes.
So, yeah, we could probably, well, maybe not as much. It hasn't happened a lot. Maybe like once in my life where I've actually gotten a chick because of my guitar. But It's not like it happens all the time.
I know.
It's not a thing that like everybody gets done. But I can safely say that it's happened once before to me.
That's good. Do you have like the applauding thing? No, really, that's awesome.
I'm happy to say that I did that. I did that one time, and she was hot too. That's all I'm saying. She was hot.
It can happen.
She's a OnlyFans model now, so she's got herself somewhere good.
Cheers, the man.
Got me there. Cheers on that one.
Cheers, flockface.
Anyways, are you interested and ready for any new music coming out? Would you be excited if Metallica dropped a new album?
Yeah, I mean, I'd listen to it. Yeah, I mean, you gotta listen to it at least once. You can't just like see it
and then hate it.
Yeah, because there's certain people that just like, like Tool released a new album, and I'm like, God, I love Tool. And then I know you watch my stories. The System of a Down listed the 2 songs, but they were doing it purely for the Armenian culture. They were like doing it to help them. They weren't getting money for it or anything, and that was I just I don't know if you look back, I'll probably like resend them to you, but like I had to do a reaction video. System of a Down is like one of my favorite fucking bands ever, but like I had my wisdom teeth ripped out. Like,
oh yeah,
like
I do remember
month,
that. Yeah,
and I was just like, and then Pendeo Irvin was just like, hey, System of a Down, 2 new songs. He sent them, and I thought he was fucking with me, but I was like woozy. So my reaction videos, my cheeks are all puffy, and I'm like, what?
That's the bad.
They're cool, man, and it was so cool. Like and then I didn't waste time. I learned the songs too.
What is it? Grenada and something else? I can't remember.
Genocidal Humanoids, and then Protect the Land.
Protect the Land.
And I was getting some good vibes off those songs. Like, oh my god, this kind of reminds me of Mesmerize and their first album. It's just their debut one. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
You thought there was something going on there?
Yeah. And after 15 years, it's like, holy shit.
What can't they not make though, and it'd be good? Because I love Scars on Broadway.
I love that fucking band too. I mean,
they do awesome. Any of the solo projects that Serge has done, I've always been a part.
Elect the Dead really blew my mind.
Yeah,
when it came out, and
he's done stuff with like Tech Nine and shit like that.
Tom Morello,
yeah,
the Night Watchman. You know that's his alias. But like they're just fantastic.
Good musicians.
They're really awesome guys, and those 2 songs were awesome. But it was like being woozy. I'm gonna always remember that like that. So I like that there's that significant. The fact that I was like uncomfortable, like what? I'm woozy. I'm fucking my teeth. I got 4 teeth ripped out, and that's when you drop 2 new songs.
That's when but maybe it was like a sign from God.
An omen, yeah.
There you go.
It was good. I loved it, and yeah, of course, I didn't waste time learning them. So
okay, here's a topic that I've always wanted to bring up with a musician friend. How do you feel about the concept of Kiss? So Kiss is a band that has makeup on, right? But now they've become a brand, so that they're everywhere and anywhere. Not only have they become a brand, they've actually become pretty much an infinite band that can just recycle themselves years and years out of adaptations. Gene Simmons can die, but guess what? There'll always be a demon. Paul Stanley could die.
I get what you say, Peter Criscola.
Yeah, they've done it so much, but Gene Simmons has even come out and said that's their main plan, is just to be able to live that legacy on. Like, Gene Simmons is going to be in his 80s.
He's getting up there.
He's not going to be able to do these shows, but he's going to endorse it so that somebody can make money for him to make these shows. How do you feel about that?
I think they're geniuses. I mean, like, I will fucking back them up, and people. All right, cool. No, they are just.
You know what they say though? They call Gene Simmons something. If you do something smart, he's like a genius.
Genius.
That's so genius.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, that's so genius.
Did you ever watch that Dr. I mean, I don't know if you watch Dr. Phil or anything when it's on, but Gene Simmons was on Dr. Phil.
I haven't, no.
It's a good clip because like there's this cocky asshole guy he's a good musician. I've heard some of his stuff, but he's a fucking dickhead, He uses women, he spends money, he's a fucking asshole. And then Dr. Phil brings Gene Simmons on to the show.
Shit, I gotta see this.
Gene Simmons actually gives him some good advice, and he's on his side too. He's not just being a dick. He's like, hey, look, man, let me just let you know I'm on your side here. You're good looking. You're a good musician, fuck yeah, but get a job. And he tells him like his backstory, And so Gene, I fucking love Gene. But the whole money, fucking image thing, it's like doesn't everybody want that a little bit? You can't just.
That's kind of like the fantasy, right?
Yeah. So and the fact that they do rock, the fucking shit, they have some really powerful fucking riffs and stuff. When you can make a bass sound like an electric guitar like Gene does, it's...
Like God of Thunder is probably
God of Thunder.
An iconic song. That intro is just... And
it's very influential. And the makeup, I'm like, fucking A, dude. Like, who cares? They have Actually, I think one Halloween I was Gene. when I was like 14, I did with the Gene makeup, and then when I was like 17, I was Ace.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, we had a theme for my friends, and we were all
did it. Yeah,
we did it, and it was dope. It was like fucking. I was like, hey, 4 people. Like I chose Ace because I played guitar, and Ace is fucking
just makes sense.
Yeah, Paul Freely.
Yeah.
I think I only know all of their real names because that fucking movie. What's that movie called? Detroit Rock City. Yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
But it's I know their names because of that, and it's.
But you know the original band members, right?
Original band members?
Right, those are the original band members, and then they ended up switching the... Was it the drummer first?
No, actually, it was the drummer. Yeah, Peter. No. Ace... It was either Ace or... I mean, let's face it, Paul and Gene are kind of the...
Paul Stanley,
faces,
yeah.
You know, that just fucking... Yeah, I know there was one that they... And nobody noticed for a couple years. They kind of just like, oh, just put makeup on some guy's face and no one's going to notice because he has the fucking... And he can shred.
Yeah.
So I think it was Ace.
But when they took off the makeup, that's when they noticed that the guitarist... But anyways...
Lick it up.
Yeah. I remember what's his name. I remember the other drummer because my drummer that I used to play in the band with really liked the second drummer in Kiss, and his name was Eric Carr. So
okay.
he really liked that.
And he wore the makeup when... Yeah. I mean... Hey, you know, people play. It's just a musician thing, so...
Again, the best marketing scheme ever, right, Contraband? Contraband says it's like realize Gene Simmons worked his butt off marketing Kiss brand, and then he's a marketing genius. It makes sense, though. He's probably have...
He really is. I mean, he is articulate when, like, he's talking and stuff, because he can speak, like, a couple different languages.
Well, there's this...
he was... Yeah.
There's this documentary called Metal, A Headbanger's Journey.
I think I've seen that.
Sam something is on it, and it's he like goes through. There's like a chart of like a family tree of like heavy metal.
Okay, so like he goes to like the 70s, like he interviews like Ozzy and Gene and stuff, and then
different people, yeah. But
Poison, Bon Jovi, and then he progressed. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he and one of them though he interviewed Ronnie James Dio. And the crazy thing about it, though, is like he was talking about Gene Simmons, and I guess the Devil Horns thing that he wants to say that he's one of the first ones, but Ronnie James was one of them too. But Gene Simmons actually, this is what fucking Ronnie said, that Gene Simmons actually patented the word OJ, like the drink brand. When you say OJ, the drink. Gene Simmons is going to get money for that because he patented it and nobody did ever.
Oh, wow.
I know. That's so, again, genius of him. It's all imagined just like Rob Zombie, great image, bad musician. Do you think that?
What was that from the dude?
It's from Contraband where he says, it's all image, just like Rob Zombie. Great image, bad musician.
Disagree. Rob Zombie's a fucking genius. No, Rob Zombie's a fucking genius.
I like Rob Zombie stuff too, like especially his earlier stuff.
Not just, I mean, as a filmmaker, you can kind of be like, some of his movies are on and
image,
off.
Yeah, that's an
as a performer and a musician, he's a fucking technical mastermind. You know, he's awesome. Dude.
He's good ideas.
I've seen him twice, and yeah,
every time
music.
is good.
Teenage Nosferatu Pussy. Have you heard that song? It came out like 2013. I mean, it's Rob Zombie. That's such a Rob Zombie title alone, but he's fantastic. His theatrics are just it makes you want to fucking explode. In his movies, I don't really care for the Halloween movies. Maybe the first one was entertaining, but I mean, those are two separate things. But Rob Zombie, no.
As a musician wise, he's up there.
He's fantastic.
I think he's good too.
I think he's awesome, and yeah, I disagree with.
I'm trying to think of certain movies that aren't that great or musicians.
From him?
No.
Oh,
well, Rob Zombie has some good movies too. I think he's sick. He's selling the brand lifestyle. The Contraband says he's selling a brand lifestyle.
What?
Like the Scary Image kind of thing? I'm not too sure.
But it's, like, are you surprised? He's an insane person, but he's also...
He's Rob Zombie.
He's Rob Zombie. You can't fucking question...
what he does.
Even if it sucks, it's like he'll just move on to the next project, in my opinion. It's like, okay, hit and miss. Just let him do his thing. He's gonna do his thing no matter what. You hate him, he's gonna just do something. Whatever. So I fucking love Rob Zombie. This drink's for Rob Zombie.
How do you feel about musicians going into the alcohol business?
The alcohol business?
I know recently, well, not recently, maybe like a couple months ago, Metallica just released a new whiskey called Blackened whiskey. Have you heard of this?
I have not heard of this. No, this is my reaction. They can. They have the ability. Let them do it.
How do you feel about that? Would you drink it?
Well, yeah, it's me, dude. I mean, yeah. I still haven't tried fucking Dan Aykroyd's fucking vodka. The Skull vodka. You know Dan Aykroyd, obviously.
Yeah.
But he has, like, his own vodka brand.
Blackened. So, yeah, Blackened.
I'll definitely try it now that this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I will definitely try it. Metallica, you can say what they want, but, well, they can say what they want, you can say what you want, but, I mean...
7.7 out of 10 with this website. Not bad.
I'll have to look it up.
Don't they have a beer, too? Have you ever seen their beer?
I don't really know what they do commercially.
They do a lot of... Dang. Okay, so again, that's where that question comes up. Well, how do you feel about their venture into the whole... alcohol thing? Do you think it's another
Alcoholica? Come on, let them do what they want.
Okay, but so does Slipknot. Slipknot does that too. They have a beer out there for Slipknot. Megadeth.
You're gonna have to give me a list of fucking.
Well, you've known about the Iron Maiden beer, right? The Trooper.
No.
What?
No.
How have you never heard of these? What? You drink all the time.
All the time.
Anyways, there is a bunch of drinks from
I'm not surprised
bands that are doing that. Yeah,
but
I didn't know. I didn't know how you felt about it or if you even knew about it.
I mean, it's like if they're still just. I mean, Metallica had a calendar, so it was just like every month. You really want to see Kurt Hammett just being like, whatever, like every couple months and shit. Just like, not really. I probably wouldn't buy it, but. They're commercialized. Is that even a word? But
Maynard James has a winery. I think he's mentioned that a few times on Joe Rogan. Big Bad Don, what is up? Thank you for joining. He's in the comments right now.
Tool in a perfect circle.
Yeah.
Okay. Maynard.
What do you like better? Do you like either or?
Tool
fan?
I'm just gonna be like Tool. I mean, not because I hate. I just really haven't really.
I'm just kidding. I don't. They're both pretty good too, but I like the Perfect Circle.
I know. I've heard like the first album. That was like back in when I was like in 8th grade. Again, like I think that was like a.
Cody, what's up? Thank you for joining. He says hello, guys.
Hello to you.
Cheers to everyone in the comments. Thank you for joining. You guys are awesome. We're actually going to jam out here in a little bit. Jeremy's actually going to show us some of his, I guess you could say, riffs that you've always worked on, stuff that you like, music that you've always...
Melodies, riffs. Again, like we mentioned, you can rewind. I've been playing since I was 12, and
we'll go over some riffs that we first learned back in the day.
Well,
Can you play some riffs back in the day? Some of the first riffs that you've ever learned?
Do you want to play them the way I played them?
Both?
You know what? I'm going to do that.
Yeah, just so
but then, like, when I was 16, maybe 17, I was actually, like, coming up with stuff. So.
Writing music.
And I'm 27, so it's just like...
Are you trying to say you have 10 years of material?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying.
He's promoting, guys. Get ready for his album that he's about to drop.
Fuck you.
Fuck.
We've recorded
10 LPs.
Well, even then, that's good. That's not bad at all. That's my whole life force just in fucking... Some of the riffs are... I like them. What? You got to be confident with yourself. You can't just like depend on like, oh my god, I hope Angel likes them.
That's a good mentality to have.
I think they're good. If you don't think they're good, fuck yeah.
Yeah, you made them for yourself.
I did, and that was the whole point. Like I'm feeling them, and you know, are you ever bothered by bands? I don't know. I can't really think of any examples that like jump. They start a band, and they're like, we gotta be punk. That's our genre. We gotta be punk. We gotta be metalcore. We gotta be fucking gen. It's like, just play what you want, man. If your riff happens to sound, you know, punky, just fucking put it out there.
Yeah.
That's really like my opinion. So like, you might hear different, like, whoa, that sounds way different from the one you just played. And so just, yeah.
That's cool.
That's really all it is. Like, I just play whatever the fuck I want.
It makes sense. I mean, that's technically what being a musician is all about. Like, when you start making up music and stuff, it kind of comes up to a feeling at that point. Whatever you like, whatever sounds good.
Because when you force it, you're like, I want to try and be like fucking Trivium or, you know, like Kill Switch. You know, like, you know, you don't want to fucking... You can't force it. You can't.
Yeah.
Because then you're just struggling, you're freaking out and shit. But if you come up with something that like, hey, I'm coming up with this right now, it's awesome.
With the guitar and stuff, have you kind of been working on like more stuff, or you've been working on your drums more?
Good. No.
No.
Well, because like last year I came up with a couple riffs in the beginning of the year, and then just kind of just whatever, and the
just
drums
ventured off.
Yeah, lazy. Okay, I'm lazy sometimes. All right, fucking right. But I think they're good. The two riffs I came up with last year. Is he still here? Is this asshole still here? No. Irvin, who's been on here, does a lot of the recording. And he's fantastic sometimes. But
and it's a learning process for him too.
Yeah,
so.
well, it's a learning process for everybody. You're constantly... That's the good thing about being a musician or learning how to play an instrument. You never stop learning.
Yeah.
You can't stop learning. The moment you... No, you shouldn't say, like, I've learned everything, I'm good. No, that's not... You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's when you should be like, I need to learn more. Gotta always teach yourself, and... good. But if you were to see like his arsenal, I have recorded a lot on his laptop, and he's recorded some of his beats, and yeah, some of the names you hear them. It's funny, like there's one riff that like I came up with that he said Jeremy's emo ass depressing song. And I'm like, what? I wasn't even sad when I came up with that. I was actually really happy about life when I like made it up, and it just sounded melodic and just sort of like, yeah, that's cool, but
not depressing,
but it sounded, it's like, oh, emo fucking guys are gonna jack off to this song. I was like, okay, that's on them, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
That's the music they played.
But no, doing the British no here. But yeah, music is just, it really is life. Music is life.
That's actually pretty true, because I mean, how do you not understand, like, technically I feel the first even signs of music is like rhythmic heartbeats and stuff like that. Like even being able to hear your rhythmic heartbeat inside the womb when you're a baby and stuff like that.
It's funny you mentioned that, because even like a couple years before I started playing guitar, did you do this? Like, I don't know, have you ever like come up with riffs in your head that you're like humming and like,
yeah,
and then like you emulate them on the guitar and try to do something? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, because you're like, wow, I was thinking about this riff for a couple years and stuff, and you end up playing it, and you're like, what the fuck?
And that's always hard too. I've always found it hard to actually like play something that I've been thinking about, because it's kind of like you have to kind of transition it into a different thing too, because you're like, it doesn't sound like how I want to play it, or I'm not kind of playing it the right way, or I don't know. There's kind of some blocks like that, mental blocks for me when I try to do it too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I've been slacking in my music writing. I haven't been writing any music in a while, but the practice is pretty regular. I try to practice all the time, and it's just same basic shit like chord patterns, some scales.
Now you were mentioning when you say you sing a little bit. Let's bring it out in the open. Is there like I mean, no, because I'll be honest. I was practicing singing when I was like in 8th grade, the same time. Have you done it?
Yeah.
Like in front of people?
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, I don't know. There's always like this nervous thing about it, but like, I don't know what I'm trying to ask here, but.
Am I badass? Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was asking.
I've done it all. I've even done
well, you got laid before, so fucking A.
Don't make it sound too bad, Jesus. There's just been some times where I feel the genre of music that I'm really good at singing is alternative rock, like Red Hot Chili Peppers or fucking Queens of the Stone Age or fucking shit like that. I don't know why. I'm just really good at singing it though. But I do love just the vocal ranges of so many different aspects of music. One of my favorite vocalists is Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar is the nicest guy ever. Yeah. We even talked about it when Van Halen died. Like, Sammy Hagar, if you've watched like his interviews in the last few years, he's just wanted closure with Van Halen. I don't know what the fuck happened with them, but even when Van Halen died, I was just like, he was kind of a dick. But that still sucks.
Yeah.
That like, come on, it's fucking Van Halen, it's not one of those names you just like, Van Halen. You got to scream it a little bit, like Metallica. But he, all the interviews I've heard in like the last 10 years, Sammy Hagar has only wanted to he never even wanted to make music with Van Halen again. He's like, let's just be friends. Let's just hang out and just talk and just be cool and stuff like that. We don't even have to I don't even want to make music with you. And I know what that's like. There's a couple people that I've played music with that I'm like, dude, I don't want to make music with you. Like, let's just hang out and be cool. Like, won't get into that, but like, I understand Sammy Hagar. He's like the super nicest guy. So I had to go off on that.
But yeah, that guy is one of those singers that I just really truly respect. But there's a bunch of singers that just have the talent and shit like that.
And what's cool about him is that like he already had a successful career before, like Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, David Lee Roth left. And they're like, who can Sammy Hagar already had like
a resume,
a good couple albums. Yeah. And like, okay, I'll be in it and we'll have some fun. Yeah, and then what did he do after Van Halen kind of sidelined him a little bit? Let's be honest. We're not lying here. He kept making music. All he cared about was music. So that's what you got to do. Even with when you're with people who don't want to work with you, you got to just keep doing you.
Because one of his super groups that he actually made is actually pretty badass that I like. It's called Chickenfoot.
Chickenfoot.
Yeah. That's pretty dope. Like
I don't think Joe Satriani is a downgrade at all.
Yeah.
Like from Van Halen. Joe Satriani is, dude. I love that guy.
I know, right? That it's just like, oh well.
He has like techniques that are like,
yeah.
How the fuck do you do that? Are you even a human being?
I think that whole genre of metal, though, kind of that whole era, kind of just reamped what the guitar can be done. Like him, Paul Gilbert, Steve Vai, Yngwie Malmsteen, there's this video, I forgot what the fuck it's called, but Ronnie James Dio did this thing where he got a bunch of like guitar players to come together and make one song. Fuck, I can't remember.
I don't think I've seen that.
I cannot remember what the fuck it's called. I'll have to show you it after this. But
yeah.
But it is just so amazing because it's an actual song where you see all the solos of different guitar players from Night Ranger, from Dokken, all kinds of different bands. But there's like outtakes where you get to see each of their solos individually. And again, dude, I honestly feel the 80s is the era where it made guitar what it is, like the shred guitar. Shred guitar became what it is because of the 80s.
Even, be it like glam or thrash. I think I've said this before. I don't really like that people give them names and labels. Like glam, you know what that stands for.
Yes, you told me. I don't believe it, but yes.
No, that's just what people said.
Dave Mustaine is an asshole, and I don't give a fuck. But yeah,
love you, Dave. But it doesn't mean. But it's just like they're hard rock is what I call it. Hard fucking rock, and even thrash. It's like people call thrash punk because they didn't know what the fuck call it. I even can say that about like new metal or metalcore, gent.
That's how I feel now too about like the gent shit like that. I don't know what to call it.
Don't call it anything. It's just if it's good music and you like it,
it's music.
But then I sound like an old guy right now saying that. Heavy metal, hard rock.
Well, even then, you shouldn't even categorize that as much.
Well, so then just good music or bad music.
Pretty much good music or bad
noises. You don't want to call bad. If you hate it, you don't want to call it music. So,
Contraband said the equipment made a huge leap from the 70s to 80s to help the shred. So I mean that makes sense. Some of the pedals probably tone wise. I used to have this Guitar World magazine that actually said 10 guitar players that had horrible tone. Horrible tone. They're the best guitar players ever, but they had horrible tone. And one of them was Kurt Hammett. Makes sense.
I like Kurt Hammett. I don't know.
Too much wah. He doesn't know how to...
They say he does a lot of scratching, between solos. Like, he'll start a solo, and then he just kind of does some scratching until the next part of the solo. Just
Then the EQ on the wah is horrible. Another person is actually... I know you probably won't agree with this, but it is Randy Rhoads. He had really bad tone in a sense where his EQ wasn't as level as it could have been, or it could have been better. But then again, it was still the first adaptation of that guy. Like, he was still developing his sound and what he was truly...
He was young. I mean, so... No, but those are just
examples, yeah. And those are just examples of, like, now there is a criteria of where tone should be, and it makes sense. Like, if you listen to great bands, you kind of hear it. You're just like, oh, I get why Joe Satriani uses this at this level now compared to what he used to use it back in the day, because technology and the way tone is changed. But that's what they're trying to compare it to. Is like back then, if they had the same tone now, it wouldn't be optimal. It'd be kind of like bad tone. But that's what created pretty much classics and amazing guitar players. I know, right? How do you like this stuff? This stuff is pretty harsh.
Sound like my dad. It's flavorful.
Is it?
I mean, I'm not saying that it tastes good just because I say it's flavorful. I'm saying that it's not tasteless.
I'm like way more of a like Blue Moon kind of guy, or fucking...
To me, that's...
Tasteless?
Tasteless. But, like, that doesn't mean that this tastes good. It's just, it has the flavor, the hops, and it's like...
You taste it.
And it gets the job done.
You totally taste it, that's for sure. And it has the Zia symbol. New Mexico.
Yep, I went to Zia Elementary.
Really?
Yes. This is the first time I'm ever going to do this during... I gotta pee.
Oh, really?
I've seen people have to go pee, so I'm not the first one.
Go pee. As you can see, he has to go tinkle. Everybody in the comment sections, what is up, everybody? We're here hanging out. Contraband, thanks for joining and hanging out. The crappy equipment was part of charm for bands like Zeppelin. Yeah, and I heard too, Hendrix had some like stuff like that too. That's what made his tone and like sound come out so much better. But I don't know. That's just certain aspects of that. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. Got 5 viewers on right now. You guys are awesome. If you guys have any questions, comments, or ideas you guys want us to talk about, want me to do, let me know. This podcast is always growing and getting bigger and better. We're on episode 156 with my homie Jeromy. We actually got the guitars out too. We're gonna play some guitars here in a bit. Jeremy's gonna show us some riffs and melodies that he's been working on and stuff that he grew up into. And we'll probably just jam out to a few tracks, play a song or two. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, and he's back. Yeah, P-Break is over. Tinkled.
I don't know, man. It was so great. Best moment of my life. Oh, my mask.
Is that your mask?
Yes, it is.
You're one of those people who just use a cloth. You don't use an actual...
No, it's actually a legit mask that you...
That's not a legit mask, dude.
Well, I get to go inside places, so...
I get to go into stores with that.
Yeah, okay.
That's crazy, though. How do you feel about the COVID thing?
Still on this?
They make us wear masks.
It's been like 9 months.
They make us wear masks all the time. What if a vaccination comes out?
Wear a fucking mask.
What if a vaccination comes out? Are you gonna get it?
Is it gonna cost a lot of money?
No. What if they give it to you for free?
Well, I'm insured. Well, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it.
You'll do it.
No.
There's people that are freaking out though that it might, actually do some harm. Do you believe that vaccinations might actually harm people? Like, maybe make them...
Well, if the fucking doctor administrating it was like, oh, fuck, this is just a used up heroin needle. Oh, shit, man.
I need to use it now.
Shit, dog, my bad. Anything could be dangerous.
But most of the time, it's pretty safe.
If you're smart. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea. If they do a vaccination... I'll do it. If I can get it for free.
Do it. Get it in Jeromy, everybody. I want a vaccination too. I'm pretty sure with the line of work that I do, they're probably going to make me get a vaccination.
Yeah.
Because I work in a nursing home with a bunch of old people in the medical facility.
Fucking A.
So I'm pretty sure they're just going to be like, hey, everyone that works here has to get the vaccination. And if you don't want it, then you're going to have to find a new job.
But let me just remind you guys that all the problems aren't going to go away once it's 2021. I feel like I have to remind that. I think people are like, oh, it's 2020. That's the reason why things are fucking... It's been a weird year.
How do you think the New Year's thing's going to go down? Think they're going to have a Times Square thing and think people are going to be out waiting for the ball to drop and shit like that?
I guess I don't know. We don't know anything right now until it happens.
I was kind of skeptical to think about it.
I mean, maybe they will, but if that's not smart. I mean, I have been taking it seriously. I mean, I think I'll be honest. The first couple months, I was like, "Oh, this will pass over," but then you start freaking out. You're like, "This maybe we should, just wear masks. Just wear them. Just fucking wear them.
Just do it, yeah."
And the good thing about me is that I've always been kind of a germaphobe, kind of wiping things down all the fucking time. So when everyone's like, I have to clean things, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. You should be doing that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Are you gonna probably be? Here's my question: are you gonna be wearing a mask a year or two from now?
If there's a vaccine, no.
Well, if there's a vaccine, I think you should.
Okay, so if there's a vaccine, I get vaccinated. That means I won't get sick from the coronavirus anymore, right?
No, that doesn't mean you won't get sick from anything.
That just means that, we're going to inject you with poison and it might help.
It might help. Yeah, it might help. And I'm saying that, like, there's also other viruses that might,
But why are we worrying about them now? This is my question.
You should be ahead of your time.
Okay, but that's the thing, though, is like, if these viruses do end up bringing a problem, or there is some sense that I have these viruses, then I feel I should wear a mask, or stay home, either of those two. But if I'm, like, again, super normal throughout the day, no problems, I shouldn't be regulated to wear a mask, especially if I have the vaccine for these sicknesses. But again, there are some people that aren't like us that aren't going to be like, oh, I'm sick, I should stay home. Or if I'm going to go out, I should wear a mask right away.
I think I just kind of came to the conclusion that, like, even when the pandemic's over, I'm still going to wear masks. it's just, it is what it is. But it's,
just like every day, like even just to go out.
Yes.
Interesting.
No, I mean, I'm being honest. It's not. It's illogical. You know, we're documented. This is December 10th, 2020, and if I'm still wearing masks a couple of years from now, if someone tells me to take off a mask, I feel like I have the right to be like, fuck you, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you have the right to feel like you don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to?
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's all. That's the only question I was asking.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I might do that.
Yeah, because
because it's
you feel safer, you feel more protected,
and I feel like now it's become the normal, and it's like, you know, like how it was the first couple months. I don't know if you've like walked out of your house and you forgot your mask, and you're like, fuck, shit, you know.
I gotta go back, yeah.
But then, like, once you're attached, once it's like fucking, you know, like, how does Garth explain it on Wayne's World about underwear? It's like putting on a new pair of underwear. Yeah, first it's constrictive, but after a while it becomes a part of you. Like, that's what it should be like with the masks. I feel like it's funny because even like a couple years ago, you've been at Comic-Con a few times. I've saw the footage, obviously, but I like to wear I wear latex masks and stuff. But even when I wore latex masks, I would wear those kind of masks. I did wear those just because it was easier to breathe.
Okay. But
like, I was already used to it, so I'm probably gonna wear masks for a couple years. I think you should stay ahead of your time. All you viewing right now should take a cue.
You heard it here from Jeromy, guys.
Just you know, not just wearing a mask, like, you know, and people might even like.
I'm looking at you like this now, but
well, yeah.
That again, that's on your sense. If you feel safer wearing a mask,
it's all about safety.
Go, dude, wear a mask. But you don't. Okay. Again, in like say the vaccination comes out and people are getting vaccinated, and I go to the store and there are people that are wearing masks and people that aren't wearing masks. There shouldn't be a conflict going on.
No conflict.
Yeah, there shouldn't be. And that's the thing.
Especially if you're wearing a mask. If you're wearing a mask, you shouldn't worry about people that aren't because you're wearing one.
Yeah.
Unless this comment I just made isn't going to age well in a couple of years. Like, oh, you're fucking wrong, Jeromy. Remember that one time in December 2020?
That you said masks are going to help people that don't wear masks?
I mean, I'm saying if you wear a mask.
It's going to help either the input or output no matter what.
I'm not bothered by them anymore. I think it was just more like a struggle, like reminding yourself, like, oh yeah, I gotta wear them.
Yeah, well, I've heard the same analogy through like seatbelts. I mean, people do it now just do it. Back in the day, it was a struggle.
Who knows? Maybe like masks, it'll be a law, like seatbelts.
Are you gonna do that to me? Are you gonna try to push that? Are you gonna be that kind of liberal?
Oh my! Don't give me that liberal shit. I'm just being logical.
He's gonna pull that liberal stuff. Anyways, Jeromy, let's fucking play some guitar. Bust it out and show us what you brought. Show us what you wanted to show us today.
All right, asshole.
I'll get some other stuff queued up for us later, but yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to. Let me drop.
Yeah, we're gonna hear some knowledge-based stuff from Jeromy. What are you dropping it down to?
C sharp or D flat.
So like a whole step and a half, something like that?
Half. Well, it's whole and a half on the top string, but like on the other strings it's just half.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone like Alice in Chains, you know, Linkin Park, later System of a Down.
Okay.
What was I gonna say?
We're gonna go over some riffs and stuff. You gotta turn up the volume on the amp.
That might actually help a little bit.
Jesus, remember, watch out for the back too, because it might unplug.
happened already. Fucking A.
Technical difficulties here in the MuseMe TV studio. Technically, this is a closet, but nobody needs to know that because we're going to come out of it soon.
Be back on.
Did you get it? The volume. There it is.
Oh, wow. I'm on the spot right now. This is cool. Let me get a little... Oh, all right. That might help a little. Let me just get some...
Cheers to Jeromy, his guitar playing.
Are you empty?
No, I'm halfway, quarter there.
Oh
you can give me the next one. I'll slam this one.
You will have to. Because I got this for you. Oh my god.
And there goes that. And there went that, everybody.
Towel.
Welcome to the MuseMe podcast, everybody.
This is embarrassing. Can you edit that out?
No, that's not how this works.
Oh, fuck you. Damn it!
It's alright, just leave it.
Alright, we're fine.
Start playing.
So, this isn't going to be VH1 storytellers or anything like that. I just have a little something I'm going to tell you. What I'm going to show you right now are a couple exercises that I came up with that sort of just turned into their own. So, alright. I don't think anybody saw that.
Everybody saw it.
You know how like gent and new metal riffs are like... It's like, play more fucking notes, right?
Yeah.
This one has 10 notes in it. Very quick. And it goes like... That's just it was a simple exercise that I'm like, you know what, that's fucking dope, actually. I like that. And then there's this exercise. It was an exercise. Simple enough, actually, if you ask me. But, you know, when you play it fast. And then there's a lot of riffs were just like... So I kind of just... There's just the simple exercises that I came up with based on just simple shit.
Okay. Is there any exercises that you done or have done that you got from another musician? Like, say, like somebody famous. Like, there's some exercises that I've gotten from Matt Heffy. There's some exercises that I've gotten from Paul. I
feel like I know you probably saw. You brought him up, Randy Rhoads.
Oh yeah, the Diary of a Madman.
Diary of a Madman. It's
to him, it was technically
that was an exercise, and actually, Diary of a Madman to him was a very rushed album. Okay. He felt like he was rushed during that, but then it ended up becoming
iconic,
a fucking legend, and you know, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of that. So. Want to play Diary of a Madman, or?
dun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of those songs too that. So you learned that technically because it helped you with your exercises? It's an exercise kind of?
16. I don't know why I feel the need to like say the age, but I think that's what. Yeah, I was 16. I learned it when I was 16, and I taught myself it, and it was like I was pumped. I was like, this is a fucking epic riff, you know? Like it's a melody and like it's awesome.
Yeah, because it's based off of kind of like his classical background and stuff.
Because he was playing since he was 4.
Yeah.
And his mom's a music teacher. I don't know if she's still alive.
Okay, that's not a dumb question.
Oh, that was it was a statement. I don't know if she's still alive.
I'm not too sure if she's alive either.
But she. But exercises.
Yeah, she died. She was 95.
When was that?
It doesn't say. It just says Randy Rhoads' mom. She was dead. She was 95.
Oh. Thank you.
I'm looking. Jesus.
No, not you. Not you. I think it's about you.
2015.
95? Oh, wow.
So she was born in 1920.
Well, she had a music school. She was the shit, and she kept going after her son was killed in that freak accident.
There's some dope pictures of her with the epic.
She hot?
No, but she's actually holding the iconic flying V. That's actually really cool. Is there any? Do you know any other Randy Rhoads riffs?
Not right now.
You don't remember any?
I'm actually like I need to really listen to a lot of the
Crazy Train, at least.
But that's like not in the right tuning.
But if you're in you can still play the song. Yeah.
That's actually one of the songs that you know what, now you're jotting.
You're welcome. Anyways.
This sounds like shit.
There's no true distortion in it.
I haven't played it in years, okay?
Close enough.
You know what? I'm being real right now.
But it does have a good chord progression, so it's one of those songs.
Here's the thing you gotta understand. There was like a good 3 or 4 years where I didn't play covers or guitar riffs.
Yeah.
From bands. I was coming up. Oh, shit, okay.
Well, okay, show us some more of some stuff that you worked on yourself.
So there's this girl that like really hurt my feelings. No. So I came up with it when I was 16, 17.
We got Jeromy in the studio. Yeah. That has such a cool new metal vibe. I'm just saying that's how I feel in that song. But it's dope. I like how it sounds. Salute to the Museans.
No. And and it kind of just loops and stuff. But I was 16, you know. And
does that have a song?
You liked it? You liked it?
Yeah, like again, I honestly think it does have like a cool new metal sound. I don't know if you
I was really brought up on the new metal,
like that kind of genre and shit.
You know, I liked Slipknot. I mean, love, not liked, love Slipknot. And
did you like Limp Bizkit?
We talked about that.
I don't care if we talked about it. That's why I'm asking you again.
Yeah, I love it. The band is fantastic. You know, I don't really disrespect Fred.
He's just a douchebag that started a riot. Whatever.
But no, like the
it happened.
Band members are fantastic musicians and they're talented and I love them. So yeah. And I even remember when I was a kid, my dad, I think, was like, "Hey, you like it was Nookie."
Oh yeah,
right. The video was insane. I don't know, I was like 5 or 6, and I was like,
something like that. Yeah, I don't even remember. I always fuck around too with that riff from Break Stuff. That riff is so cool. Yeah.
Just one of those days.
That's so genius, and I love all the cameos they got for that video. Do you remember that video?
Oh yeah, Kid Rock and Eminem.
Everybody's in it, dude. Everybody that mattered at that time, dude, was in it. That's so crazy. But yeah, again, he got so much flack for being a riot insinuator. I know.
It's fucked up because, like, I even said it. We can review it later, not now. But
Thomas Tyler, that's what's up. Yeah, hot dog flavored water and the chocolate starfish.
I think he just kind of got caught up in the moment of like, imagine like being at your biggest show ever.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
You're just
again, it wasn't his fault. Again, if we talked about it on the other podcast, whatever, but it wasn't his fault.
Like, I've sang in front of people, and I understand like the energy that people give you.
Just go into it,
you know, and so. What was that? I just played that when I was like 16 again. So
what's some other stuff you want to show us?
Let me just drink real quick.
He's an alcoholic, guys.
No, I'm not an alcoholic. I just like to get really fucking shit faced all the time. Okay.
Before he plays, that tells you a little bit about his musicianship.
No.
You're like Dave Mustaine.
Right,
you're like early Dave Mustaine. Hey guys, I'm super wasted. Let's go blast y'all.
Fuck you.
I think we have to leave you outside of the bus, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You know that story, right?
Dave and Metallica,
yeah.
All that.
The way they left him, though, that's so brutal. Oh man, they're literally like, "Bro, we got the contract. We're gonna go record. Bye."
Just a very quick little summary. It's not gonna be like an hour and a half long. I was in a talent show. I went to Moriarty High School.
Gross.
Yeah, okay. Fucking A. Fuck you. I'm going to say someone's name, Cody Ellis.
Whoa, name dropping.
I'm sending you this video. You're going to hear this. Don't be an asswipe. No, we did. He wrote a song, and he played the guitar riff, and I added something to it. And okay. They built a little auditorium next to it took them like a year and a half because it's Moriarty and they're fucking slow.
Yeah, no budget, little bit of money.
But we played and I thought the song was awesome. I thought that his lyrics were pretty cool and we got to play. So this he called the song "Ready and Waiting."
Did you unplug it again? I think you unplugged it again.
Did I do?
You're so close to it. It's a bad spot for it, though, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
Too close. This is all live, just so you know.
Yeah, see, that's how you know this is a great podcast. A great broadcast.
This was written by Cody and this guy Morgan. I'm going to send you that video, too, Morgan. The lyrics were, so it goes like...
Josh, what's up?
So that riff is kind of looped. So I came up with this.
Here, let me try to learn it. I'll try to learn it right away.
Really? This is hot.
that doesn't seem too difficult.
Well, I mean, those are the best songs, you know?
All right, where are we at? Let's see. Oh, no, we're
Start on, wait, you're not in half stone. Oh, you are, you bastard.
I'm not. I actually have to go down a fret. I'm on 4. You're on 5. Just keep playing the riff. Just keep playing it.
While he's playing that, just keep playing that. Pretty much that's it.
I like how that sounds, though.
No, he was very talented and is. I haven't seen.
Sorry, he hasn't passed away yet.
Oh, fuck you. But yeah. I'll send him this, and I'll be like, yeah. He knows that I'm doing this right now. So
dope. Hell yeah.
I haven't seen him in like a long time.
Thomas Tyler says, "Hell yeah" with the metal fist. Thank you. So, what's some other riffs that you've been working on?
All right, came up with this like a few years ago. We'll just jump into it. Kind of a loop riff, but
I like those pull-offs in there, though. Sounds pretty cool.
Really?
I
like that. And it's funny because like it's cool when like you come up with a riff and that's your own, and then the comparing is okay afterward, and you hear people like, no, that sounded like System of a Down or Trivium, you know, like, I kind of like that a lot when, you know, I wasn't trying to be like, I want to make something that sounds like them. I was actually just kind of fucking around.
Riffing, yeah.
You got to do that. That's how it kind of starts, just fucking around. But when someone says, like, that sounded a little, I heard some, that was some System of a Down stuff, and then you hear the... That's kind of Trivium stuff. You hear it. I know you fucking know Trivium.
Yeah, but besides all that, the riffage and the way it sounds is cool. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, it sounds like Trivium. Oh, it sounds like System of a Down.
But that's just what I heard.
Yeah,
and I'm
beforehand.
Just like,
yeah,
that's awesome because I was originally just kind of fucking playing it, and that's awesome that people can say it. I'm gonna show you something that I came up with. 20. I have to give you like these little fucking.
You have to move that cord right away. There you go. On your headphones. Yeah. It was just hitting.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. I like that bend that you do in there.
Really?
The whole that's pretty cool.
That's cool. Oh yeah.
Don't get all cocky, bro. You still don't practice as much as you should just because you get a little bit of that sounds cool though. It sounds dope.
Oh, you just admitted it. That you don't, you know. I get it. I'm just
Anyways, while you're at it, take a drink, man. Take a drink. I'll show you some cool stuff.
That you came up with?
Yeah.
Cool.
This is one thing that I've always loved is called this, I guess you can say it's an added ninth chord because I'm a really big music nut. So I'm always trying to figure out what I'm playing. So if you follow the note patterns in the dots.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's technically right there, just an added ninth. And I've always wanted to make it sound like a South of Heaven kind of style, where it's just like, and then the other person plays the next riff while this note is just ringing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So when I first came up with that riff was actually supposed to be the title song of my band. Because if you remember what my band name is, it's supposed to be Cause This to Become.
Okay.
And
I remember forgetting that you told me that.
Yeah, and we're supposed to make that into the title song. And so, again, when I first learned that, that's actually the riffage from fucking Every Breath You Take. So,
yeah. Oh, fuck. I remember I came up with some, like... And I came up with some like Weird Al lyrics to that fucking riff, like every puss you take, every moan you fake, every cramp you ache, every something I'll be stalking you. Like it was something I came up with a long time ago.
That's pretty dope.
Don't fucking steal it.
But that's what's crazy though, is that song has already been remixed. Remember when Biggie and P Diddy did it?
We don't talk about that.
But that's not a bad remix.
No, it's not. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, but still, that's one of those bad boys. But again, I've always loved the aspect of having those chords out. So like those big stretched out chords. And
actually that isn't very complicated.
And I do
remember, not complicated, but it's more like you gotta.
And then that's why I love doing the bass notes of that too, because you could just like every breath you take, every move you make, every night you break, every time you take, I'll be watching you. That's the beauty of that. That's so sick.
Are you familiar with Leapfrog Studios?
I'm not actually. That sounds like that little gamepad thing. Remember that little kid thing where it's like all leapfrog?
Oh, leapfrog, yeah. But this guy does what he does. I mean, he's got a whole channel. He makes metal versions of the most ridiculous songs imaginable. Like, well, I don't think he's done that song.
But other songs like that.
Yeah. Like fucking WAP.
Okay.
Like the most recently one, but like Jump Around by House of Pain. Okay. He just makes like fucking metal songs, and he's Australian, and he plays. I just spit. I just saw like fucking particles. He plays like 4 or 5 different instruments, so he edits it, and he's fucking genius.
That's dope. And that's always the stickiest when you start making all the music yourself. Because I kind of see why you got the drum set and stuff. Like I love on that post where you're just like, I got a keyboard, I got a mic, a drum set, and guitar. And do you have a bass?
I do have a bass.
I have it all now. I could do a whole band. But that's the point. That's the point. That is kind of the point. You see in my room, right? Mm-hmm. That's why I have it all, because I know that I can make the music.
You've seen, I know I've joked around. I was like, your favorite guy, man, Stevie T.
I know.
Your favoriteest fucking guy ever. But he does a whole sketch about like why being in a band sucks. And he's playing every member.
Okay. That makes sense, though.
It does make sense.
Because even in a band, like I've played with a band, and there's been those discrepancies and those kind of like stuff that's like, oh, why don't you want to play this song? Or, oh, why are we not practicing tonight? Or, oh, why is this not? Dude, I lived with the band. I lived with them, and we literally had the opportunity to practice every night, but it didn't happen because, oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I can't do it. Or I don't feel like doing it.
Sounds like a fucking drag.
See, but that's where it sucks, where you know that you have the determination to do something, but everyone around you doesn't have the mindset to do it. So you kind of have to do it yourself. It's kind of hard to imagine, though.
Okay, I know I've already done this before. Do a little advertisement right now. I'm going to pee.
He's going to go take a little piss right now. While we're doing that, we're going to just play some riffage.
Do it, man.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining MuseMe TV. Make sure to follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just random interviews with my homies and friends and people that I meet on the street. This is a sweet pick, and this is Canon ND. That was Canon ND. What's up, Jeromy? Welcome back.
Hey, long time no see.
Right? Taking like pee breaks. 2 pee breaks in one.
You know what? That's 2 more pee breaks than I ever did take. And the other... I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Anyways, let's go. Can you go to some standard tuning? We're just going to play some riffage off of each other.
I wanted to play a couple more.
Play more. Play more, man.
My shit.
Show me what you got, man. Show me what you got.
Okay. Let me just get... Don't worry, I'm not spilling it.
This time.
Oh, fuck you.
All right. Thank you guys for joining again. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining. You guys are sick. All right. We got Jeromy in the studio, and he's just showing us some stuff that he's gone over, some stuff that he's worked on, some different practice regimens, just random stuff. What else you got for us, Jeromy?
That riff right there is the one that I was telling you earlier. You can look it up.
I love how that sounded like fucking...
The last part actually shouldn't have been, like, heavy and...
Yeah, but it sounds like Food Fighters or something. It has that kind of vibe to it. I like how that sounded. Or even like some Smashing Pumpkins kind of style. That's what it sounds like. But those chords in the beginning kind of give it the beginning ring that you can tell. Right there. Breaking Benjamin style, stuff like that.
Good band, though.
Wow.
That's the emo depressing Jeremy's emo ass depressing riff that came up. But that was the riff that I came up with, and I was like so fucking happy about life and everything. So
I like how it sounds though.
That's good. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean it was good, and I felt really creative, and I liked it.
Nice.
So
I remember when I came up with, well, it wasn't really like a riff like that, but it was kind of like in the aspect of that where it was like.
wow. And that's you, right? That's art. Hell yeah, dude.
I've never really known what to do with that though, but I have that idea always, just that riffage that's going on in the background and stuff like that. It's just it's an idea, like kind of like you know, you always have these ideas and these riffs that you come up with and stuff. It's one of those that I've been working
they just kind of like they're there forever. Like you can't just like I'll tune it back to synchronize with you, but I got to show you one more. And again, when I was doing the Jeremy's depressing ass emo riff, like wasn't depressed. I came up with this, and it sounds. Fuck it.
Show us what you got.
No! It goes to like a harmonic. It was a very simple riff, and again,
is that one of the tuning that you prefer? Is that drop D tuning?
I mean,
you kind of prefer it a little bit.
You've seen a bunch of concerts. Like when you're watching a band in concert, they will play whatever the fuck they're playing.
Yeah.
And so even if like System of a Down, perfect example, they'll play even.
That's one thing I've really loved about Trivium.
Trivium, oh yeah.
So many of their albums are in so many different tunings. Like it really expands your playing.
Because Ember to Inferno is
drop D.
Well, drop D and E. Not drop E. It's not drop E. It's standard. They know how to like fucking play standard and still keep it metal. But there are a couple songs. Yeah. Deceived, Pillar, Zerbrands. Like, there are some. Fucking dude, that's the fucking metalist song ever. But I know what you're talking about. But they know, and even if they're like, oh, we don't have time to retune between each fucking song, they still work with it. So I can still work with these.
Dope.
What I have.
Well, okay, so for this last segment before we end up changing this out. We're just gonna jam to a drum track. You can stay in the same tuning you are because we're just gonna go off of each other. So you'll play a couple minutes, I'll play a couple, you'll play a couple, you'll play a couple, and it's just listening to a drum beat.
What tuning are you in?
I'm in standard. You don't have to though. You really don't. I swear. Watch, you'll see.
Let me do it.
You'll see.
Let me have to.
Yeah, but I think you'll be better in what tuning you are with the music that we're about to play. Exactly. All right.
This isn't all I got, though.
Maybe
we can save a couple riffs for next time here. I'm giving you guys a taste. So
here we go. Watch.
Hey there, it's Ryan Reynolds.
No, it's not Ryan Reynolds. Okay.
Burt Reynolds.
All right, so this is just the example. You could probably, I think yours could probably be turned up just a little bit more. That's heavy metal, guys. And that's how heavy metal is made. Jeromy, do you have any plugs or anywhere you want them to find you? Do you want them to find you on the social media sites?
Let me just... Yeah. You know what? Oh, let me wing it. Oh, you know what? Let me just show you my shirt.
He's like, I don't remember. He doesn't remember his social media.
Shut. No. So, can they hear me?
Yeah, they should be able to hear you.
Now. All right. Jeromy Unchained. Hold on. Let me just...
That's what happens when you try to get it to play the whole thing.
Shut up. Jeromy Unchained. You know, like that movie that came out one time?
Go check him out, guys. The Jeromy Unchained. Jeromy.
It's like Degent and you know what?
Degent and an old movie.
Is there anything? Oh, you know what?
We'll get you back on, dude. We need to get you back on. We'll always have something to talk about, metal, music-wise. Thank you guys for joining MuseMe TV. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that like button. Just Google MuseMe TV. I swear to God, you'll find me. We got some more episodes coming up soon, so make sure to tune in for those, all right? Peace out. I will see you guys soon. It didn't even hit. It didn't hit. Sorry, I gotta redo it. Thank you guys for joining. You guys are awesome. Peace.
Was it bad?
Oh.